Good day, traders. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what steps you can take to help determine if your system or your strategy is indeed failing. Also going to touch on a little bit about the benefits of trading as a team, and as promised from last week, give you a sneak peek inside this week's private client group meeting. So sit back and enjoy this week's video. Hey guys, Akil Stokes here, head trader and coach at Trade Empowered, and welcome to this week's weekend review video. First and foremost, if you're one of the 2,100 plus viewers that subscribe to me on YouTube and watch these videos every week, I just want to say thank you in advance. It's been a big help. You guys have been sharing, liking, and I really appreciate it. If you're currently not subscribed, and please go ahead and click that button right to the right of my face or the left of my face, and go ahead and subscribe. That way you're updated right away when these videos come out. Now, this week has been a pretty exhausting week. A lot's been going on, both on the trading and educational side of things. On the educational side of things, I've finally been back to back testing, something I haven't done in a long time, but we started talking about the next 12-week transformation course. I know the last one just ended, and every year Jason and I say we're only going to do one because it takes up a lot of time, but emails come in and new subscribers come in and they keep asking, hey, when's your training? When's this? I can't wait for that long. So we started to think about doing it again, and we're doing some of the prep work. So maybe late spring, early summer, who knows? It is coming again though. Add that to the fact that I had my normal day-to-day tasks, running the live room, running the syndicate, and this week I actually did I stood in for Jason during his private client group meeting as well. Now, we covered a few topics, including the butterfly pattern, including how to go about taking extended targets and stuff like that. And, well, as promised last week, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek inside that meeting at a few minutes of what went down. We had a beautiful butterfly pattern right here. We had an X to A. Where was I taking it from? Yeah, X to A. Swing low to swing high. Coming right into that 786. So if I just draw it out, we had an X to A to B, B to C right here. We had a CD completion down there. Let me draw that in. Fibonacci extension from my A leg to my B leg. Back up, looking for that what? 1618 right there, 6428. We had Fibonacci extension. Let's invert it from our A leg back to our X leg and back up. Look at that. 127 extension. What did the market do? Came down right to it. Bang, exploded up. Why couldn't I take this? Look left. I've got no area to put stops at. I've got nothing until about down here. So unfortunately, this is one I had to pass on. So if you're interested in trading butterfly patterns, if you like this technique, in situations like this, you need to ask yourself, well, what can I do to trade this? And this is where your back testing really is going to come in handy. Is there a way I can get involved? One thing I looked for, and I was actually, I think we had the ice storm that day, so we had no power in the house. But here's the thought: go down to a lower time frame. Look for a double bottom. Look for the market to come down to a butterfly pattern completion on a higher time frame. Look for a double bottom right here. I actually think we got one. This was what, February 3rd? Let's go down to a 240 on pound yen. There we go, right here. Look at that. Double bottom. What can you do in this case? Well, you've got the higher time frame confirmation. You can see our butterfly in here. X to A to B, B to C, C to D down here. Now you can base stops off your double bottom. So how do you take stops on the double bottom? Do you do an ATR? Do you do a 10 pip, a 20 pip rule? Now you're involved in a higher time frame advanced pattern. You have stops safely below your double bottom, so you know if you have a structure to base stops off of, and you can go ahead and take targets based off your butterfly pattern completion. We've got a lot of fibs in here, but looking at risk reward, something like this. Do you risk the chance of getting stopped out on a butterfly if it spikes lower? Yeah, of course you do. What trade don't we have that risk on? The question is, how many times can you afford to be wrong doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 out of 4 times. Man, you only have to win 1 out of 4 trades, 1 out of 3 trades. I like those odds. 33% is pretty good. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it was a busy week of trading as well. If you take a look behind my head, you can kind of see most of the trades I took this week on the higher time frame. I think it was about 10 trades. I'm currently still in a few. I'm holding a short position in the Kiwi based off a cipher pattern. I'm holding 2 long positions in dollar yen and pound yen, which have both hit target 1 already. So they're freebies. But it's going to be a positive week no matter what. And that Aussie dollar cipher that we talked about in the syndicate way back in February, that's just been going up and down and up and down, finally hit target 1s. So as some of my Twitter followers will say, ring one up for the bird. But it's good to have stops back to break even on that, because most importantly, we can't lose money. All we can do right now is gain money off the remaining position of that trade. So speaking of trades, again, I mentioned it's been a busy week on the higher time frame. A few of those trades were actually, I don't want to say I got lucky on them, but I wouldn't have been involved if it wasn't for a close group of traders that I interact with and work with every day. I don't know if you ever heard of the term bird dogging. I hope that doesn't mean anything bad wherever you're watching this at. I learned my lesson the hard way in this week's live room by saying that licking your chops doesn't necessarily mean something overseas that it does here in the States. So if I offend you by saying bird dogging, I apologize. But what bird dogging is basically getting help with trading ideas. And, as a person, we can only watch so many markets. So instead of watching, 20 markets or trying to watch, even 15 markets, to have a group of traders that you trust that are similar traders as you watching other pairs, what that allows them to do is give you the heads up. Instead of going through, again, 20 pairs, I can get a message from, say, Gary that says, hey, Akil, check out dollar yen. We've got a Gartley pattern. I can go over there, look at it. Of course, I still want to do the analysis on my chart to make sure it meets my rules, but I don't have to spend a lot of time doing extra analysis on extra pairs. And most of the traders I work with, they get this from me and Jason through the syndicate. We're doing daily videos. Jason does a morning thoughts video every day. I do about 2 or 3 videos a week, and also dump in pattern after pattern into the desktop software every week. So the 600 plus members of the syndicate get that bird dogging effect from us every day. They get to see, hey, what is Akil looking at? What is Jason looking at? For me, I don't get it from the 600 plus, nor would I want to, but I do have a group of mastermind members that trade very similarly. And, well, the clip I'm about to show you is a great example of how having that close, tight group can help me profit in the market. Gary says dollar yen, euro yen looks like a low risk short. What shorter time frames, higher time frames, Gary? We were waiting for that bat pattern on euro yen earlier. 62.40. Holy crud! Did I have orders on here? We actually had our dollar yen. We had our pattern completion. I'm Gartley pattern at market. Let me go and get involved in this. This was one that didn't meet my risk reward, but we spiked a little higher, so I can actually get involved now. So let's sell at market. Let's sell 2 at market. Let me do this as well. There we go. We get some live trading in here as well. Let me get some stops in. 107. We say 107.73. Let's do that. Buy stops. Boom. There we go. Talked about this trade earlier in the live room. Originally didn't like it because I couldn't make the risk reward work, but you can see that we actually, because it spiked a little higher, I'm going to even things out. Actually, it's going to drag this up. Still not going to be the best, but it's better than before. Close to a 1-to-1. Yeah, just about a 1-to-1. Let me go Euro Aussie real quick as well, because I literally had about 10 orders on Euro Aussie, and none of them are coming true yet. Hey, here's another example of a butterfly, guys. If I just cover my stuff up. Oh well. But you can see butterfly pattern completion. We've got the potential butterfly pattern completion. Looking at X to A to B, B to C, C to D up here. Fibonacci confluence. Look left, what leaves clues. Structure. We can get stops right above here, right above 53.66. If you want to do 10 pips, 20 pips. Looking at a stop loss of about this. Bang. Targets. Fibonacci retracement from our A leg all the way to our projected D leg. Potential risk. Ooh, look at that. 53 even handle. Potential reward, excuse me. Bada boom, bada bang. Look at that. Bang. Okay, so as you can see, both of those trades ended up producing profit and rolling over pretty well. Add on top of that, for me personally, it's always good to do an hour training session on butterfly patterns, get a live butterfly pattern to trade, and then have it roll over in your favor. Makes me look like I know what I'm talking about a little bit. Now, before I let you guys go, I want to talk about what I mentioned earlier about how to determine if your strategy or if your system is indeed failing. And that comes from a Facebook message I got earlier in the week. And let me just go ahead and read this to you guys. Said, hey, Akil, wanted to ask you something. After watching your recent video, your drawdown comments struck me particularly because I'm going through a tough phase in my trading and starting to question myself. I've been trading a system for 2 years and it's currently trading at around a 40% drawdown and it's never been in profit. The backtest figures for the preceding 5 years had a max drawdown of 23% and some excellent performance results. I'm just not seeing those results as soon as I started to trade it live. What it's doing is it's crushing my confidence because I seem to take hit after hit, and it took us a long time to save up and be able to trade live a $12.5 thousand account. So I wonder if I should just cut my losses and reinvest whatever is left into other systems that I've been studying, or whether I should persist. I've done everything right and followed the rules, but when do you stop and admit that what worked once before is not working now? It's affecting my other trading as well, making me more cautious than normal. I've left trades on the table that I would normally take because the doubt has crept in. Was there ever a point in your trading career where you almost gave it all up? Because that's how I feel, and it's breaking my heart. It's been a 6-year trading journey for me, and so far my dreams of being a full-time trader have never felt so far. To me, it seems like some people have the skill and some people just don't. Would appreciate your words of wisdom, mate. And this was a trader I actually met a few years ago, and I did respond to this comment or earlier this week. But you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do this instead of trying to rush out another comment to this. I'm gonna save this and do a part 2 of this video, because this is a very interesting question, and it's a very it's very well written, especially taking the psychological side into account. So I'm going to sleep on this one. We're going to break this video into 2 parts. So tune in on either Monday or Tuesday, and I'm going to come back and give my best shot at answering this question once again. Now, for you guys, that means if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now so you know when that video comes out. If you guys are in the syndicate and you're watching this as well, I don't know what my schedule is like Monday or Tuesday, so I may not have a chance to actually shoot you the link through the email or the chat forum. So make sure you subscribe as well, so you know when this comes out. Because I'm pretty sure this guy isn't the only one feeling this way. I guarantee that a lot of you out there have had similar experiences, or maybe going through a similar experience right now. So I think it's important that we really touch on the psychological aspects of trading, because, well, if there is a holy grail, that would be it. So again, cutting this video in half. We're going to do part 2 next week, either Monday or Tuesday sometime. You'll know when it comes out. Until next time, traders, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it. Leave a comment. If there's something that you want me to discuss in next week's video, leave a comment. I do read them. I do pick out ones that seem good and try to work them into the video. So leave a comment under the YouTube page, and that works. Other than that, I've got my track and field championships this weekend. For you guys that don't know, I coach track and field at Millersville University in Pennsylvania. We've got our state championship this week. So wish my girls luck. I've got a really good sprint squad, and we're looking to win the 4x400 meter relay and maybe a few open events as well. So wish us luck, and I'll definitely keep you updated on that. Until next time, guys, thank you for joining me. And as always, plan your trade, trade your plan. I'll see you guys early next week.